So my buddy Brandon works at a steel place where they do all kind of steel fabrication, and he brought home a little sheet of some stainless steel the other day. So I busted out some spoons and oops, dropped one, and traced them out on the steel, dropped another one. And Brandon cut them out today, and then we're gonna pound them around a steel ball and finish them up, and I'm gonna paint them up, and then we're gonna see if we catch anything on them. It's gonna be fun as hell. I'll just keep dropping them though. Anyway, more to come. Also, the ball hitches are all pretty rough, so it's gonna take a lot of polishing after beating it on something so rough. I didn't even think about that till just now. But yeah, I have the arch bent this way. It's really hard to get an angle where I can make this smoothly round because the top of the ball hitch is just flat, so there's an edge around every side. And given my back situation, I can't bend down just right so I can see where I'm banging on the side. But if you have like a solid steel ball or something that I could just put down on a piece of wood and then bang it into the wood to where it kind of sits there, then I can grab this with a pair of pliers and put it over the ball and kind of pound it into shape. There's a little before and after. With the first process, of course, was drawing out the templates for the spoons, marking the holes, and then cutting out the templates, drilling the holes, and then I went outside and pounded it around the ball hitch on my buddy's truck, the 4Runner that you guys see in our videos. Kind of beat it up on the inside, so I ended up sanding it as smooth as I could. I didn't want to lose any more metal, so I'm going to leave that pitting there. It might help look more like fish scales, you never know. But here is the second step. I pounded it around the ball hitch, and then I hit it up with sandpaper. I started out with 60 grit, then 120 grit, then 220 grit, and then 400 grit, and that's where I am now. I'm hoping that since Brandon works at a steel shop, fabrication shop, that he knows a better way to get the inside of this thing polished more than I have. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of steel on my fingers, and I still got that old fingernail polish from the very first time I started painting lures on my thumbnail. It used to be a rainbow trout pattern. But yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to leave this one chrome and shiny, because that's one of the lures I've caught most of my good fish in this area with, is on a chrome spoon. So I'm thinking I just want to polish this one and get it nice and shiny. And then do the same thing with the rest of them. And end up painting some of them as well. So there you go, there's step 2. All right. So step 3 was sanding it down to 1500 grit. I got an almost mirror finish there, almost, just almost. Kind of close, but got it dressed with a snap ring and a hook and a little tail. The underside of it is beat up from the ball hitch I pounded it on, but I think that might actually be good. Kind of gives a little bit of a flash pattern as it moves. Might even look like a little bit of fish scale, who knows, but I'm looking forward to throwing it next time I go fishing. I'm pretty sure it's going to catch fish. And now we need to figure out how to pound them right so we don't get all dented on the inside, and we can get this curve, the curve that goes this way, because the ball hitch is flat on top, so it's really hard to pound a perfect through here. So until we figure that out, I'm not going to do anything with these. But then once I do get those pounded out, I'm going to paint some of them. I'm going to leave some of them like this. I want to get them really highly polished, because stainless doesn't rust, and that flash is good. And like I said before, most of the fish that I've caught around here that are decent size have been on chrome spoons, so we'll see what happens. Pretty little trout. That's a good eating size right there. I think I'm gonna take that one home with me. Gotta put my phone away so I can land it. And also, I didn't really want to polish it anymore before I fished it. I just really wanted to see how it worked. And I think I'm gonna have to straighten it out a little bit, because it does nothing but spin really fast. I kind of want it to waggle on a slow retrieve. I want it to drop and wave and then kind of jerk it in and let it waggle, but all it does is spin. Maybe it's because I have a spinning snap on it. But I should have also taken a picture or two of this guy before I cleaned it, but I was kind of in the zone. Just want to get it over with. It's not the biggest trout in the world, but I hooked it to the eyeball and it was really messy. But look at that pink meat. Oh, that is just gorgeous. I'm gonna feast on this thing tonight. Hell yeah. Beautiful afternoon. Was able to get out of the house for a moment. Thanks to better living through pharmaceuticals. My back pain is still there, but you know what? Every once in a while I gotta sit in the sun. But right now the sun is getting too hot. There is a breeze every once in a while, but it's intermittent and it's not enough to keep you cool. But definitely a beautiful place to be here in Northeast Washington. I won't tell you the name of the lake because this is pretty much how it is every time I come here. It's not crowded. If you know where it is, you know where it is. You don't have to say it. But yeah, gonna go home and cook that little guy before it gets too hot out here. Start spoiling my meat. All right, good day. Good first test of the experimental spoon I made. Well, Brandon and I made. He cut it out and I finished it. And God, what a beautiful day. By the way, I'm not what you'd call like a professional YouTuber or anything. I don't expect my channel to get a whole bunch of likes and follows and subscribes and end up starting to make a living off of it or anything. But, pardon me. If this is the kind of content that you enjoy, go ahead and give a like. Go ahead and give a subscribe. And if you subscribe to me, I'll subscribe to you and see what you got going on. Let's make a community. Share it with your friends. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, if I had people liking and subscribing, it might actually give me the motivation to get out here and do this more often and like strike at more strategic times instead of coming out after like between 12 and 1 p.m. when the fish aren't really biting. Yeah, I got one, but this is not the ideal time to come. So if you like this stuff, give me some fucking motivation and I'll make more, motherfucker. Yeah. Gotta drive up to almost 3,000 feet to get here, but it's freaking worth it. I'm sore as can be right now, but my soul has a big old smile on its face, so well worth it. What a gorgeous day. Look how blue this freaking sky is right now. It's just amazing. That's a pretty cool view as you're coming down the hill. Well, that's gonna wrap up this video. I don't really have much else to show you. Until next time, keep it real, be good to each other, and keep them lines wet and hopefully tight. All right.